Musk, Jobs, Zuckerberg, Bezos, Buffett, 5 of the most influential builders in modern history. I ran all 5 of their Chinese birth charts, and something almost absurd showed up. Each one carries a different day master element: wood, fire, earth, metal, water. All 5 elements of Chinese astrology, 1 per Titan, no overlaps, no gaps. Today I'm going to use these 5 men to show you what the 5 elements actually are, how they feed and check each other, and how to spot which one is running your life. If you're new here, I'm Jimmy, certified acupuncturist, running 2 channels. The other one teaches traditional Chinese medicine. This one decodes BaZi, Chinese astrology. Both systems run on the same engine: yin, yang, and the 5 elements. I've spent years mapping how those elements show up in the body on one side and in personality on the other. If you saw episode 1 on the 3 billionaires or episode 2 on MBTI versus BaZi, welcome back. 3 of today's 5 charts will look familiar. If you didn't, this one works completely on its own. Let's go. Quick reset, because Western viewers usually bring the wrong mental model here. The Chinese 5 elements are wood, fire, earth, metal, water, not the Greek 4, earth, water, air, fire. Not Western astrology's fire signs and water signs, a completely different framework. Here's the shift you need to make. In Western thinking, elements are stable categories. You're an earth sign, static label, end of story. In Chinese thinking, elements are stages in a cycle. Wood grows, fire expresses, earth stabilizes, metal refines, water deepens, and returns to feed wood. You are not a fire person. You're a chart containing all 5 elements in a specific mix, dominated by 1 or 2, sometimes missing one entirely. The mix is the story. There are 2 relationships between the elements. The first is the generative cycle, how each element creates the next. Wood feeds fire. You need wood to burn. Fire creates earth. Ash becomes soil. Earth contains metal. Ores come from the ground. Metal holds water. Think condensation on a cold blade. Water grows wood. Trees need rain. Wood, fire, earth, metal, water, back to wood. A closed loop of production. The second is the controlling cycle, how each element checks another. Wood breaks earth, roots crack rock. Earth blocks water, dams and dikes. Water quenches fire. Fire melts metal. Metal cuts wood. Why does this matter for personality? Because your chart isn't just a list of elements, it's a live system of these 2 cycles. When one element dominates or goes missing, these cycles tell you exactly what pattern shows up in your life. Now let's watch all 5 elements walk around in human form. Wood is growth, reaching, pushing outward through every obstacle. Elon Musk, Daymaster Yang Wood, the towering pine. We charted him in episode 1. A plant doesn't ask permission. It grows through cracks in concrete, reaches for light, colonizes whatever ground it finds. That's wood energy, and Yang Wood is its maximum form. Rockets to Mars, tunnels under cities, 12,000 satellites. Wood keeps expanding until something stops it. Cycle piece. Wood feeds fire, which is why Yang Wood people radiate inspirational intensity. They light others up. And wood is checked by metal. Yang Wood people do their best work against hard constraints. Deadlines, physics, manufacturing tolerances. Without metal, wood grows wild and scattered. Fire is expression, visibility, the need to illuminate. Steve Jobs, Daymaster, Yang Fire, the radiant sun. Episode 2, verified chart. Watch any Jobs keynote. The pause, the spotlight, the audience leaning in. Yang Fire's archetype is literally, I exist to light the way. Fire doesn't build for utility, it builds for meaning. Products people fall in love with, not just use. Cycle piece. Fire is fed by wood. Yang fire. People need a mission bigger than themselves to burn on. Without one, the flame flickers out, and fire produces earth. Ash becomes soil. Fire people who last long enough leave institutions behind. Apple is Jobs' earth. The fire became structure that outlived him. Earth is stability, containment, the ground other things stand on. Mark Zuckerberg, Daymaster, Yang Earth, the mountain. Also from episode 1. Yang Earth doesn't chase, it accumulates. Zuckerberg built one platform, then spent 20 years absorbing everything around it, Instagram, WhatsApp, entire patterns of human behavior, into a single landmass. 3 billion people now stand on ground he holds. That's not speed, that's mass. Cycle piece. Earth is produced by fire. And Zuckerberg's early era was pure fire. Dorm room intensity, move fast and break things. The fire burned, then settled into earth. And earth is checked by wood, which is why fast-growing disruptive challengers, the TikToks of the world, are the only force that genuinely threatens a mountain. Metal is precision, systems, cutting away everything that doesn't perform. Jeff Bezos, Daymaster, Yang Metal, the forged blade. And remember from episode 1, his day branch is also Yang Metal, double metal. Metal runs on standards. Bezos didn't invent online shopping. He industrialized it. 2-day delivery is a contractual promise. Warehouse efficiency measured to the second. Disagree and commit. That's metal language. Decide, cut, execute. Cycle piece. Metal is produced by earth. Systems need foundation. And metal is checked by fire. Emotion. First, charisma-driven arenas are where pure metal underperforms. Bezos was never the showman Jobs was. He didn't need to be. Blades don't glow, they cut. Water is depth. Patience, the element that wins by outlasting. Warren Buffett. Daymaster Yang Water. The ocean. I ran this chart myself, born August 30th, 1930, Omaha, Nebraska. Water is the hardest element for modern culture to appreciate because it doesn't perform, it doesn't launch rockets or hold keynotes, it flows toward value, fills every gap it finds, and wears down whatever resists it, slowly for decades. That's Buffett's entire method in one image. He didn't outtrade Wall Street, he outweighted it. 60 years of letting capital flow into good businesses and simply staying. They call him the Oracle of Omaha, the deep, still figure who sees further than everyone running around him. I didn't invent that metaphor, that's just what Yang Water looks like at 90. Cycle piece. Water is produced by metal. And Buffett's mentor, Benjamin Graham, gave him exactly that. A hard metallic system of rules. Margin of safety. Discipline first. The system fed the depth. And water is checked by earth. Rigidity, bureaucracy, forced structure. Notice he famously refused to move to Wall Street. He stayed in Omaha, where nothing could dam the flow. One honest note, Buffett's published birth time sits close to a boundary between 2 Chinese hours, so his hour pillar is uncertain. But the Daymaster doesn't depend on the hour. Yang Water is solid. Now, 2 honest things before we wrap. First, no, I didn't cherry pick 5 guys to fit 5 elements. I charted these men one by one across earlier episodes, and the pattern completed itself. 5 titans, 5 different Daymasters, all 5 elements covered. That's part of why I had to make this video. Second, and more important, you are not one of these 5 things. Nobody is. Your chart contains some of every element, some strong, some weak, sometimes one missing entirely. The real story isn't you're a fire person. It's more like 40% fire, 25 earth, 20 wood, 15 water, 0 metal, and what that specific mix creates. The Musks and Buffetts of the world are extreme cases. Their dominant element is so overwhelming, it defines their public identity. Most of us are more mixed, more textured, which is why what element am I is the wrong question. The right question is, what's the balance and what is the imbalance doing to my life? If you want to see your own elemental balance, how much of each element you carry, which one dominates, which one is missing, get your charts at easternreading.com. Link in the description. The free version shows your Daymaster and your 8 characters instantly. The full personalized reading at $9.99 breaks down your exact elemental distribution. The kind of analysis I just did for these 5 men applied to your chart. Next video, I'm covering something the basic chart doesn't make obvious. What happens when an element is completely missing from your chart? Missing elements are one of the most common reasons people feel stuck in ways they can't explain, and one of the simplest things to work with once you see it. Before you go, based on this video, guess your dominant element: wood, fire, earth, metal, or water. Drop it in the comments, then check it against your real chart. I want to see how many of you guess right. Thanks for watching. See you next time.